right now, the financial, emotional, physical condition that you are in right now is a result of the thoughts and invariably the words that you use. That is the power. They say that the power lies within you. They don't tell you where it lies. They just tell you the power lies within you. And you keep looking for that power. Here I am highlighting to you the power lies in your thoughts and in your words. You ask me a very obvious question. It's so easy. No, it's not. On the contrary, it's very difficult. It takes a lot of discipline to control your thoughts. Okay? But it's not impossible. Hence you see this a handful of people get so successful in life. Once you got control of this science called NLP, once you understand the basics, you practice the basics and you go on to the next level, then the world is your playground. I mean, I can give you almost 200 different miracles that have happened in my life. 200. I'm not talking about 220, I'm talking about 200 miracles that you would say, or anybody would say, are proper miracles. Okay? Right from a simple thing like manifesting a good phone for myself, getting a really nice phone for myself, which is absolutely, worthless to even talk about. Anything material is worth, yeah. To something like getting an influential job in a high-paying position, to anything that you desire, basically. All these I'm talking not out of reading a book, but out of personal experience. Okay? I'm just setting the ground for NLP for you. Now, NLP basically stands for Neuro, which means the brain, Linguistic, which means a language, Programming means, those you are in IT, so you know that you are programming a new software, a new language into your brain. Okay. Now, whatever language is there in your brain, like I showed you, this is your brain. Whatever the language that has been programmed so far, for instance, your mother tongue, it's been programmed in your life. You hear it day in, day out, and it becomes a part of your communication. So, you're from Mizoram, you said. So, what language do you speak? Mizo. Okay. Now, anybody else speaks Mizo in this group? Right. Because Kimi, right? Kimi has been exposed to Mizo all her life, to the people who belong from there. Her family orientation is from there. She knows this language. Okay. Same way with all of you coming from different cultures and different mother tongues. Now, our belief system is also based on our thoughts. Okay? What we believe, what I think is possible, maybe somebody else might think is not possible. Again, what a Mukesh Ambani might think is possible, even I might be restricted in my thinking. I can't do this. Then how is Mukesh Ambani able to do it? As an actor, maybe I feel that, okay, this is what I can do. Or this, I can't do this. For an Irfan Khan or a Nasiruddin Shah or an Amitabh or a Shahrukh, like, yeah, of course we can do it. So what is the difference? Is it the physical capability or is it the mental thought process? It's entirely the mental thought process, okay? So NLP allows you to program. Now first of all, you have to realize if you desire something, okay, truly, it is an indication from the universe wanting you to achieve it, wanting you to get it. That is already present in the universe for you. So let's say something as simple as an iPhone. If you feel like, I wish I had an iPhone, okay? It means that your iPhone is somewhere out there. It is out there. What is keeping you away from your iPhone is your thoughts, where you feel it's not possible to get. Okay, I'm giving you a very simple example because this age group would immediately identify with this thought process. So how do you materialize that, keeping in mind, let's say there are financial restrictions. An iPhone costs 45,000 rupees, How do you go about? For me, I brought a Note 3 bucks for a phone. I mean, I think it's a waste of money to invest in a phone that costs 50,000 bucks, 45,000 bucks. Even after, by grace of God doing well, I still felt I've risen from from a time where I did a job for 700 rupees a month, working as a sales support in my school days. In my 10th standard, I did that. My dad always, never let me get comfortable in that. So I have seen those tough days. So I'm not going to go out and spend 50,000 rupees on a phone. But nevertheless, I loved the phone. I saw a couple of friends have it and I said, gosh, I need to have this. And all it took me was to do some NLP. And believe you me, I did a shoot in Dubai. I shot for Platini Shirts. It's a brand in Dubai. And I finished shooting and the client, on the day of my departure from there, he invited me for dinner. And I had an early dinner with him. And once I was leaving, he gave me 3 gifts. Of course, besides the money he paid me, he gave me a 46-inch 3D TV, Samsung. He gave me an Ulyss Nardin watch, which is a very expensive watch. Not this one, it's a different one. I don't wear it very often. It's a very, very expensive watch. And the third thing he gave me was a note. Just as a gratitude. This is from my family to you. What are the chances? He could have given me an iPhone. He could have given me a Samsung S3. He could have given me any other phone. He could have given me a BlackBerry, of all you know. How did he? I have never talked to him about it. I am very professional at work. I just do my job, do my shoot, finish, come back, go back to my room, sleep. How the hell did he know that I need a note? This is the power of NLP. Okay? It's not manipulating. It's basically, this was there somewhere. It was lying for me. All I had to do was allow and align my thoughts to make it fall in place for me, being at the place where it belongs and it comes to me. So if you desire something, if it's a place you desire to go, as a kid I always had this intense desire to go to the US. Intense. This was one place on the planet that I said, gosh, I wish I could go to the US. Okay? And I come from a middle class family where, none of my family had ever traveled abroad. Forget US, no one had been to Bangkok, Singapore. And much later in life, invariably, even before learning NLP, I had been practicing NLP somehow through my thoughts. Because I kept doing this so often, I would just visualize, I should sit in the day and keep visualizing about how US would be. Imagine 3 years I was there for my studies. I've been to the US umpteen number of times. I've lost count. I got a 10-year visa, I just came in and out of the place all the time. Sometimes on holidays, sometimes for work, sometimes for weddings. And, there was a wedding I hosted in this was in Los Angeles. So it's something that just keeps happening. How does it happen? Is it a miracle? No. Am I special? Am I gifted, talented? I don't think so. I am as average as any person can be. Understand that what distinguishes a Shah Rukh Khan from an ordinary person is the thought process, aligning your thoughts. And by talking about aligning your thoughts, I am talking about allowing your thoughts to make it possible for you to achieve. Because if you realize your thoughts restrict you, you only say, nahi yaar, ye to nahi hoga. The moment you have said the word no, an X comes and blocks that possibility. And then you'll find another X to support this X. And then you'll find another X to support this X. And what you'll realize at the end is that it's one big X. Nothing is possible. Yes?
Everybody cannot be Shah Rukh Khan.
See, everybody cannot be a Shah Rukh Khan. But everybody has a possibility to be a Shah Rukh Khan.
No, but there is only one place, so only one person can.
Who says? But there's a Shah Rukh Khan and at the same time you have a Ranbir Kapoor co-surviving.
You can't compare it.
Amitabh. Amitabh. Chalo, somewhere else. But then who wants to be another Shah Rukh Khan? Just hold on, let me take this. Hello. Yes, tell me. Hi. At 2 o'clock, where? Bandra. And this is which I Agra batch. Okay. Tomorrow is Thursday, no? 2 o'clock. I'll be there. Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much. Sorry about this, a lot of work calls coming. So, moving back to NLP. Okay, I'm sorry I got distracted. What were we talking about? But you can have only one Shah Rukh Khan. See, why do you want to be another Shah Rukh Khan, first of all? I always say, you can.
Not in terms of that person, but at the...
In terms of their success.
Yeah.
So success, so if you compare then, Amitabh has seen more success. If you talk about real success, Rajesh Khanna, the success he saw, no one has seen in the industry.
That is like generation, no? Rajesh Khanna, Amita Bachchan, now this generation.
Amitabh and Rajesh are the same generation.
No, but a little age gap was there.
Yeah, but then, see, the idea is basically fame, glamour, money, right?
Like somebody loses it and other has to gain, and that is when Rajesh Khanna lost it.
Yeah, but then, see, even forget one Shah Rukh Khan I'm using as an example so that you immediately identify the face with the person I'm talking about. But when I'm talking about success, so you cannot deny that Amitabh is not successful, Shah Rukh is successful. Equally, you can give them that respect, right? At the same time, even a Hrithik, superstar, yeah. Ranbir Kapoor, superstar. Our latest entry into the film industry, Ranveer Singh, I call him a superstar. He's really good. Okay? So, look at this. In their own right, it's difficult to break into the industry. All of you know that. It's absolutely not even a bottleneck. It's a pinhole that you have to get through. And it takes absolute dedication. Yeah? So, to make that possible, it's not impossible. All you have to do is align your thoughts to the possibility of it happening. You have to get rid of these X's, like I mentioned in the beginning of the class. Return to innocence. For a child, anything is possible. A child doesn't think, I can't do this. A child sees fire, wants to put finger in the fire. Right? You will see children, they have no fear. You put them, I have seen a video and it scared the shit out of me. I saw a baby walking on the windowsill of a 28-story building. 20-story building. Is there a video? In China. Somehow the parents had neglected the child. The window was, those long windows, it's open and there's a child walking on the edge. And somebody's taken a video, zoomed in, and everybody's screaming that, oh gosh, what if the child falls? But luckily the child didn't fall. It's their own video. So the child has no fear because it's not aware that gravity exists, that death exists, that hurt exists. Okay, it's only later that the belief system starts allowing you or disallowing you in life. Today you know it's not possible. Why? Because your logic, everything has to be logical. Right? If I were to tell you that right now on this chair, there is a person sitting over there. That there is a person sitting on this chair. You don't believe me, you know that. Why? Because it defies your logic. There is no visual input that justifies a person sitting over here. If maybe the chair started moving, or it fell down, or by itself it folded itself, then you know that something is happening. Right? Then somewhere inquisitiveness will come, but complete belief will not come. This is sir was talking about magic, about hypnosis. Maybe he's doing some tricks that is making him magic. Logic always supersedes our want or need. Most of our desires are wants, not needs. It's like, if I don't become a superstar, I still survive. Right? My need is water, but my desire or my want is to be a superstar. Now understand this, your logic is also your biggest enemy. If 100 years ago I told you that there is going to be an invention that is going to allow a tube made of metal, carrying people inside it, to lift and fly and take you, hundreds and thousands of kilometers away, no one would have believed this, right? Today it's possible. Do you look at an airplane and you go, oh my God, how is that happening? I mean, people in the airplane, if you travel, it's like people are least, the last thing on their mind is that we are flying. Oh, it's so amazing. Falling asleep, watching movies, playing games, bored, eating. They are least interested in the flight. 100 years ago, imagine how amazing it was for a man to look at the sky and see a metal bird flying. See, logic is always governed by science. That's why